And now for a Democrats' take, we turn to the minority leader of the House of Representatives. You just heard her name, Congresswoman Nancy Pelosi of California. Thank you very much for being here. So you just heard the woman who is the chair of the Republican Party saying you're all about resistance and that the Democrats have been fear-mongering by claiming that the Republicans want to do away with protecting pre-existing conditions.
Let me first say that it's an honor to be here with you again, the second time. 2 years ago, we were here together. And it's important to be able to set the record straight clearly. Either they don't know the facts or they're misrepresenting the facts. It would be easier for the public to understand that the Republican attorneys general throughout the country have brought suit against the Affordable Care Act, saying that the pre-existing condition should not be a benefit. The President of the United States, instead of defending the law, which protects pre-existing conditions, has joined them in saying, we agree with them. So what they may say in the campaign is not true, and that's just the way it is. But I don't want to give a give and take with a party activist. I'm here to talk about the future of our country. This isn't even about Democrats or Republicans. This is about the United States of America. It's about honoring the vision of our founders for life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness with a path that says e pluribus unum, that we have to try to work together from many one. It's about the truth about health care. That's the biggest issue in the campaign. That's why the Republicans are misrepresenting it. But it's about really maintaining the pre-existing condition benefit, about preserving Medicare and Medicaid, which they have said are on the chopping block. And it's about lowering the cost of prescription drugs, which is something that hopefully we can do in a bipartisan way. Our For the People agenda is lowering healthcare costs by reducing the cost of prescription drugs, increasing paychecks by building the infrastructure of America, and making government more accountable by having integrity in government, overturning some of their corruption in the Republican Congress and in the administration.
But do you think that message has gotten across to the voters this time, both in House and Senate races? I mean, we know the Democrats are feeling pretty good about the House races.
Yes, we do, and that's why, because our message is one that addresses the concerns, the financial instability of America's families, and that's why we're going to win tonight. We are going to win tonight and win the House of Representatives.
How can you be certain?
Because of the quality of our candidates, because of the vitality at the grassroots level, because of the power of our message of, again, lower health care costs, bigger paychecks, more honest government. It is resonating across the country. Now, we're not a national campaign. We're one district at a time. And one district at a time, we will win the Congress tonight.
And so what does that mean? What do Democrats want to do, assuming you were to win the House of Representatives? What can Democrats do with President Trump in the White House? Perhaps the pundits are saying Republicans may keep control of the Senate. What can Democrats do?
Well, what we can do is honor the Constitution by honoring, strengthening the institution we serve in. Article 1, the legislative branch, a check and balance on the president's, on the executive branch and on the judiciary. It also is about when we go in there and open up the Congress in a transparent and just showing the public what is happening in legislation that affects their lives. We think they will be partners in better policy. So more openness, more accountability, more bipartisanship. Try to find common ground. E pluribus unum, one. Try to find bipartisanship where we can. Stand our ground where we can't, but strive for the boldest common denominator. So it's about transparency, it's about bipartisanship, it's about unity, something quite different than the Republicans are about.
Very quickly, several more questions. Can you work with President Trump? Can there be common ground between the Democrats and the president?
I think that our strength in our common ground really will spring from the public understanding of what is really on the table. On the issue of building the infrastructure of America, the president has said that that is something he wants to do. It's always been nonpartisan, always been nonpartisan. Hopefully we can work together to advance that agenda. Again, the form it takes will be listening to the public so that they see what is at stake and how we do that. I think that we could find common ground on reducing the cost of prescription drugs if the president is serious about his saying that he wants to do that. he has pulled his punch on it so far.
I ask because you hear not just Ronna McDaniel, but other Republicans saying, well, we expect the Democrats, because some Democrats are saying this, they want to conduct investigations of the president. They even want to impeach the president.
That serves their purpose to say that. We certainly will honor our responsibility as oversight of the executive branch.
Will
That's
there
what
be
we
a
do.
move to impeach the president?
It depends on what happens in the Mueller investigation, but that is not unifying. And I get criticized in my own party for not being more in support of that, but I'm not. If that happens, it would have to be bipartisan, and the evidence would have to be so conclusive. On the other hand, what people want us to do is address the concerns that they have in their lives. There is serious financial instability in many families in our country. They want to see us working to get that done for them. They want results. They want peace. And that's what we'll bring them. When President Bush was president and I was speaker, we worked closely with him on many issues, even though I vigorously opposed the war in Iraq. We did the biggest energy bill in history. We did many pieces of legislation that were very constructive for our country, as opposed to what the Republicans did when President Obama was president and they were in the majority. But we're not going to act the way they did. And again, for those who want impeachment, and that's not what our caucus is about.
Finally, do you expect to be the speaker if Democrats win back control
Yeah, I do.
of the House? There are some Democrats running, as you know, for Congress who are saying they're not going to vote for you.
Well, I've never had a unanimous vote. I mean, maybe the first time. I've always had an opponent, so I feel pretty comfortable about it. Not that any of us is indispensable, but I think I'm really the best person for the job, and I say that unabashedly because I want women not to ever be afraid to talk about why they think they'd be the best. And I don't think Republicans should choose our leaders by putting ads on TV that then say to candidates, would you be for this person, as they demonize me. But no, I feel pretty comfortable about it.
Nancy Pelosi, currently the House Minority Leader. We'll see what happens. Thank you very much.
In a few hours. Thank you.